Being a teen ambassador gives me a push to be a better leader of my community, and it makes me happy to be of service to someone.
Welcome to the KSAT Pigskin Classic halftime show presented by your San Antonio area Chevy dealers, where, guess what? It is all tied up between Steele and Brennan in an exciting first half.
It has been fantastic, and there you can see the Steele band, which is just about to perform. We're going to take to them in a moment, but I'll tell you what, boy, the stands are packed on both sides of this field, and these fans aren't going anywhere as these two heavyweights are just going toes to toes and nose to nose and duking it out in the first half like this. You will not miss a moment of the halftime. We're going to bring as much as you can on the air. All you have to do is go to KSAT.com and take out your phone, scan that QR code right there on the screen.
And of course, that'll take you directly to our website where you can live stream the entire halftime show as well as the games. You can also peek in to the KSAT Insider VIP party in the press box. And once again, that is on KSAT.com. So we really hope you're enjoying Game 3 of our first ever KSAT Pigskin Classic triple header.
And right now, we hope you enjoy the Steel Knight Medallions dance team. They're dancing to Britney Spears' Toxic.
Emily Basin, the medallions are now from the Jasper team, and the Nightlights are from the Palmer team to Toxic.
Performance there by the Medallions.
Fantastic. All right, of course, we've been presenting KSAT scholarship winners throughout the evening, and right now, Good Morning San Antonio, Stephanie Cerna introduces us to the lucky winners from Steele High School.
When Steele High School senior LaShawn Nelson found out he was the recipient of our KSAT Pigskin Classic Scholarship, he says he was definitely surprised.
When I got the news, I was like, really?
LaShawn plays the euphonium with the Steele High School marching band, and he's looking forward to his senior year. But he says it's also bittersweet.
What excites me the most is the sad part is everything's going to be my last. My last band camp, my last classes I'm going to take, my last year in high school, basically. So that's what I'm excited for, to finally be able to move on, but have all the good memories that I've had in my senior year and my high school career as well.
After high school, LaShawn plans on pursuing a degree in musical education. Edmarian Contreras is also a proud recipient of the 2022 Pigskin Classic Scholarship.
This is actually very exciting because it not only shows like how I'm a great athlete on the field, it also shows how I'm a great student in the classroom.
Edmarian tells us that math is his favorite subject in school, and right now he is planning on pursuing a career in the veterinary field. But for now, Edmarian, who plays receiver for Steele, is looking forward to a good season and a good senior year.
I feel like the 7-on-7 really prepared us for the season, like our routes, our craft, our quarterbacks making the right reads, and we're excited for the season coming up.
Edmarian says he is also excited that his team has been selected to be featured in the first ever KSAT Pigskin Classic.
And again, congratulations to them. That is so fantastic, that scholarship money that they get.
Yes, and the Steele Night Band has taken the field, led by drum majors Sophie Avitua, Chloe Van Winkle, Niana Schaefer, Kay Jackson, and directed by Stephen Dater, Buck Palmer, Kevin Gonzalez, and Linda Guerra.
And you know, the award-winning Steele High School Marching Band is a consistent sweepstakes recipient in both concert and marching UIL contests. And, you know, we've been pointing out all evening long that this is the first time that they've been presenting this UIL competition.
Performance.
Yeah, performance.
Yeah. And they really didn't have that long to prepare for it, only a few weeks.
Just like the football team, they don't even get their playbook, if you will, on all the steps to take until right around the 1st of August, and they have to commit it to memory.
Yeah, and not only commit it to memory, but depending on what instrument you have or you're carrying, you may not even be able to see much in front of you, as you know.
Exactly. And, of course, they are Region 11 area finalists in the UIL marching contest for the last 2 years. And coming up in March, they're going to be traveling down to Florida, and they get to play at Universal Studios down there in Florida.
Oh, how cool for them. Now, their show is entitled Gothic and features music from Bach all the way to Metallica.
Wow. That's quite a range of music, going from classical to really heavy metal. And it's always kind of funny when you think of a marching band playing classical, yes, but heavy metal?
I know. That's got to be so great for them. I think they're getting ready.
Well, and that's what's so neat about these marching bands, how they do get away from sometimes the traditional music and incorporate that, and it's just fantastic.
It's got to be so much more fun for the kids to play, too. I know, I would think that.
Oh, yeah. Something a little more than just, you know, grandma's music or something like that.
All right, let's listen in.
Is this a kissing book?
Wait. Just wait. Let me tell you about the giant.
Well, remember, you can continue watching the performance online at KSAT.com. But it's time right now to bring in our Jen Tobias-Trusky, and she's out and about hanging out with the crowd here at the Dome.
Who have you run into now, Jen? What's going on?
Yes, we've talked to all the kids, right, earlier, but now I'm here with one of the parents. Rudy is the president of the Band Boosters at Brennan, and let's talk about all that goes into being a band booster. You guys do a lot.
Well, not as much as the kids. The kids are here, as you guys saw, all summer long, and as parents, we're just here to help them with props, equipment, building stuff, work with parents, bringing in new parents. It is a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun as well.
Now, you have been with Brennan for 9 years. Tell me about your kids.
So I had 3 kids gone to the program. 2 daughters have graduated. My son's one of the drum majors now, and we're so happy that they're successful and doing a great job.
And you mentioned that you have a great team, right? So tell me about this team of parents.
So I'll tell you, from a booster organization standpoint, we have some great parents, and I have a board of amazing parents. Like I said, I've been here 9 years. I'll be going. This is my last year, and the band will be left with amazing parents going forward. So we're an amazing bunch.
Rudy, thank you so much for all you do. Good luck, and you keep up the good work. Best to you. Thank you, Rudy. Have a good show. All right, we're going to switch over and finish off with the cheer. Can you give me your best cheer?
The Brennan Bear Band is taking the field. We're going to hear from them coming up in just about a minute.
Yes, the KSAT Pigskin Classic halftime show continues right after this short break.
It's high school football time, and John Wayne is right in the middle of the action. At the end of this game, one of the players will be chosen as the John Wayne Player of the Game. Go to johnwayne.com right now and vote for the player who you think will win. Pick the correct player and you'll win 2 tickets to a 2023 San Antonio Gunslingers home game. And just for playing, you'll have a chance to win the John Wayne $10,000 home makeover package. Don't fumble. Go to johnwayne.com and vote before the end of the game.
Kids don't pick when they'll be sick, but when the unexpected happens, the Children's Hospital of San Antonio Emergency Center is here. Our expert team cares for kids 24/7, 365. Whether it's fever at 5, bone break at 8, or stitches at 6, we treat all of the aches and ailments that come with childhood fun. The Children's Hospital of San Antonio Emergency Center, an ER made just for kids.
And welcome back to the KSAT Pigskin Classic halftime show. And boy, do we have a treat for you.
Yes, the Golden Stars dance team from Brennan is, of course, there on the field.
Let's take it away.
Now, earlier, we showed you the scholarship winners from Steele. Now it's time to reveal the winners from Brennan.
Yes, our Jen Tobias-Trusky got a chance to head out to Brennan to speak with the 2 lucky winners and present them with a huge $4,000 check.
I'm I'm joined by Raymond Saldana at Brennan High School. Go Bears. Nice to see you, Raymond. Let's talk about your plans. What do you plan to do after you graduate?
After I graduate, I want to study music education so I can hopefully teach someday.
Do you have a favorite teacher who inspired you that you'd like to mention?
Yes, my 5th grade teacher. She works at Hoffman Elementary School. Her name is Miss Cleary. She was a big inspiration for why I actually want to go into teaching. I just remember every single day going into her class and wanting to actually be there.
Now, do you have a hero that you'd like to mention?
Yes, my grandpa. He was a veteran. He was a big part of my life. He went to like every event I had, whether it was middle school, high school, elementary school, so.
That's the best. All right, Raymond, here is your check. Congratulations from everybody at KSAT 12. I'm now joined by Oliver Arredondo. Let's talk about what your plans are after you graduate.
So I'm looking to attend either the University of Incarnate Word or Texas A&M Corpus with hopes to major in nursing and become a nurse anesthetist.
Nice, very nice. Future plans there. Now let's talk about high school memories that are near and dear to us, right? Do you have one you'd like to share?
It's not necessarily one memory, but being able to go out, every Friday, hang out with, some of my closest friends playing football, it's something that, I'll never forget.
Thank you so much, Oliver. And here is your check on behalf of everyone at KSAT 12. Congratulations.
Thank you. Go Bears.
Go Bears.
Such bright young stars already. Well, of course, on the field is the Brennan Bear Marching Band, led by band director Thomas Kober.
And quite an elaborate setup with these portable screens, orange park benches out in front, folks sitting on them. Let's listen in. coaches.
Listen to the
I'll tell you
crowd.
what, this has been so much fun. It has been such a pleasure for allowing us to come into your home and bring you the first ever KSAT Pigskin Classic. 3 fantastic games, 6 wonderful bands, dance squads. It has definitely classic high school football evening.
Yes, and that, of course, will do it for us and the halftime show, but don't go anywhere because coming up after the break, the second half between Steele and Brennan, and it is tied up, so we don't even know what's going to happen because Game 3 so far is definitely not disappointing. You're watching the KSAT Pigskin Classic presented by your San Antonio area Chevy dealers. Second half kickoff is coming up, and right after we pay some bills.
Bravo Country Homes brings you Bame Ranch in Castroville, Texas. Just 25 minutes from downtown San Antonio, this gated community features 54 one-acre home sites and 60 retirement garden homes at the beautiful Alsatian Golf Club. Secure a home site today, and we'll build your dream home. Go to BravoCountryHomes.com to learn more, or call us today at 833-79-BRAVO. Bravo Country Homes. We build homes, not houses. At AFFCU, we've been helping people like you with all their banking needs for over 70 years. From great low rates on vehicle loans, credit cards, and mortgages, to checking, savings, and certificate accounts, AFFCU is the financial partner that's with you for life. And with our all-new digital banking, you have full control of your accounts wherever you are, anytime, day or night. Stop by an AFFCU Financial Center or visit goaffcu.com to learn more.
Back at the Alamo Dome, Bobby Stotzenberg along with Greg Simmons and Andy Skelton. Let's quickly take a look at the first half highlights in this 14 all-time. We've got all 4 scores for you. The first 2 by Jaden Bailey.
Jaden Bailey, and I tell you what, remember in that first quarter, he had 153 yards rushing in 1 quarter, Bobby.
That was just the short one, the 35-yarder. Up next, you're going to see the big one from Jaden Bailey. This one, Greg, went 83 yards.
Look at the hole in that line he was able to hit, and look at the speed he has to complete this.
All still at that point. It was 14-0, but you knew the Brennan Bears were not going to go away, especially with the X factor. Avron Carter back, healthy, and Ashton DeBose knows how to use number 7 as he does right here to get Brennan on the board.
And keep in mind, look at that. That's what they had set up there because they had been threatened by that great defense, so that's the way you break it with plays like those.
And how about the 10-play 82-yard drive at the end of the half, and brother to brother. Excuse me, that wasn't brother. That was Armando Acevedo with his first catch, but it was a big one, a 12-yard touchdown.
Yeah, because of his height. That's why they chose him at 6'5".
All right, Andy Skelton is tracking down Coach Steve Baser as we go down to the field.
All right, Coach, great job climbing back in this thing in the first half. You had some turnovers there. What was the message there at halftime to come out here and win this thing in the second half?
Well, I think it's a matter of stay the course. Like you said, we started really shaky, turnovers, a little discombobulated. Had a couple busts on the run game against 28, and he's too good to make mistakes on. So I think we've got it all, settled in. I think we got it all fixed. So like I told him, we just got to stay the course, play our game, execute, focus, and we should be fine.
All right, go get it. Good luck, Coach.
Appreciate you guys.
All right.
All right, back to you guys.
That is Andy Skelton with Coach Steve Baser. Honestly, that was as good as I've heard his voice at this point.
I don't know. To me, it sounds like he's mid-season broken. You know what I mean? The voice, it's always tough for him. It kind of reminds you of D.W. Rutledge in a case where before the season even starts, it's hard to hear him.
Well, he's won a lot of games at Brennan. And if you got a copy of the program book, I hope you did. We hope to maybe make some of those available after the game even. It does a nice recap of the history of the programs, but the 2 highest winning percentages, of course, Steele and Brennan haven't been playing football as long as Judson and Smithson Valley, for example, but both of those teams really high winning percentages. They've been successful almost from the beginning of the programs. Both teams took their lumps the first year, but they've been great ever since.
What's interesting to me, people have been asking me why did we decide to do this as a group here, and one of the big commitments we were making is trying to get more exposure for high school athletes in the San Antonio area, and by doing a triple header like this in a dome atmosphere to give them that playoff experience, and a lot of these kids may not ever see the Alamo Dome in this particular case this early in the season. They hope to see it in the postseason. We wanted to showcase him because this is being broadcast all over, not just on KSAT, but on the web as well. And hopefully maybe somebody picks up an extra college scholarship they weren't looking for or not expecting. And now they have that opportunity to be highlighted.
There's certainly some great talent on the field here. And Steve Spreecher, we'll start with you. Any adjustments that you see perhaps necessary in the second half?
Well, covering into Steele's sideline, I think they realized, and I think when we talked to Coach David Sines right before halftime, he realized that they need to change some things up. It can't just be Jordan Bailey, as great as he is, carrying this team, and he knew Brennan would make some adjustments, and I think that's why they went to that backup, the two-quarterback system. It'll be interesting to see if they continue to do that when they come out here in the second half, but there's a lot of game left, and like I told the coach, this is the number 1 and number 2. This is exactly what we expected, and so that is tied up at 14-14 should come as no surprise. But you guys were talking about the environment and just the people that the college scouts get to see some of these high school players, but the student bodies too of both of these schools are involved in this whole thing. I mean, they are down here, they've organized groups. I mean, this is an impressive showing by the fans, the student body, and the players from both of these teams.
Now that's, I've been impressed by the crowds at all these games too. I mean, these have been remarkable crowds. I think a lot of people have stayed for maybe game 1 and 2 to take on game 3 just to see what's going to happen.
Absolutely. Andy, second half adjustments as you see it.
Well, the first thing Coach Baser, when he saw me before we came live, he said, we got to hang on to football. Oh, great coaches understand that. And he said, we got to settle in, we got to be ourselves. And we need a stop. That's what he said. We need to get a stop, and we got to be ourselves, come out on top of this thing, and just be us.
Steele 29 plays from scrimmage, 186 yards. Brennan 36 plays from scrimmage, 212 yards. 2 penalties, 20 yards against Steele, 4 for 30 against Brennan. The big key, Brennan, the 3 turnovers, and they're in a tie game. That tells you about how good this team is to overcome what for a lot of teams would have been a disaster. And throwing the football, 2 for 3 for Chad Warner, just 14 yards, and Vincent 2 for 2, just 3 yards. DeBose 13 of 21 already, 180 yards, 2 TDs, 1 interception. He's half his total from last year, Greg, in the first half of this game, but we know he's going to have impressive numbers. Jaden Bailey, 14 carries for 153 yards and 2 TDs for Steele. Jason Love leads the way for Brennan with just 5 carries and 19 yards. And brother Aaron DeBose, 7 catches in the first half, 98 yards. Avron Carter, 6 catches for 83 yards to highlight our first half stats. Still, we'll see it first here in the second half as Brennan tries an onside kick, and it is recovered by Steele. What a gutsy move, Greg, by Coach Steve Baser, but it is Jacob King that recovers it for Steele.
Yeah, he was just looking to try and get it right over the top of the line. It didn't work. Did a great job of stepping up and making the hands catch.
I know Coach David Molesky from O'Connor's watching the game right now. He probably smiled at that. That was a Molesky move there to onside kick the second half kickoff. But it backfires a bit there on Brennan, so Steele will have great field position for their first possession of the second half. And Connor Vincent back in at quarterback. He'll throw. Is caught at the 50-yard line. Spinning away is Royal Capel, and he's into Brennan territory and up to the 39-yard line.
That's just a great move. Watch it. Yards after the catch here. Looks like he's going to get stopped. He's able to spin away from the 2 defenders and pick up that extra yardage. Exactly what they need to try and bounce back. After clearly I thought Brennan had the momentum going into halftime. He wanted to get something going here. Watch this. Makes a catch. Has another man in front of him. Actually has 3 defenders. Still is able to catch up another 10 yards on that play.
Oh, back to Bailey on the ground, headed right. Crashes inside the 35. Or lands on the 35-yard line. So Connor Vincent already has more passing yards in the second half than he did in the first half on 1 completion there.
Good point, yeah. But also got a little extra help there with the yards after the catch.
Good start here for Steele in the second half. 14 all time. These are two really well-coached teams with a lot of talent, so anything can happen here in this second half. Should be a lot of fun. Vincent, a short pistol set behind it. Gives to Bailey, hit in the backfield, and he is dropped by A.J. Williams, a sophomore defensive tackle, loss of 1.
And just a great move there to try and stop that play before it ever developed or got started.
They're exactly what you said. They're getting there before you can really get the play underway. It's just
and that's the only way to stop this, because look at that. The penetration out to the side after you got 2 coming in, shooting the gap there, 1 making the play.
So 3rd down here for the Steele Knights. They're 2 of 6 on 3rd down conversions. Connor Vincent looks to the sidelines. In the middle of the field. Bailey right up the middle. Bailey running strong. Bailey now carrying tacklers all the way to the 25-yard line. A gain of 11 for Jaden Bailey and a Steele Knight first down.
That was basically all his effort on that play, because he looked like he was down 5 yards in front, but it's because of his extra effort they were able to pick up the first down.
Tells you how strong he is. He's a big body back. They had some, remember Malcolm Brown, folks, Steele fans?
Sure, who doesn't? Yep.
He was a big back, and Bailey is a big back that is very strong and hard to bring down. Vincent going to throw again, misfires. Looking left side for Contreras and throws it behind him.
You mentioned Baylor, and take a look at his weight. He's 191 pounds, only 5'10", so he's got the power.
Well, a lot of old Steele Knights in the house. We speak to Malcolm Brown. I had a chance to visit with his dad for an extended period of time during the second game. He's here for all 3 games. He's still here watching the games. So, current and former Steele Knights in the building. As Bailey squirts out to the left side, has room and a first down, turns the corner, there's a flag down the season.
But I'll tell you what, that was a great block on the outside to help springing for more yards. And a lot of times wide receivers or tight ends, in this particular case wide receivers, have to make that extra move on the blocking on the outside.
Probably going to be a hold, a spot of the foul. It looked like it was around the 12, so they're going to back it up from the 12 and replay the down. You're going to have one of those weird 2nd and 4s or something like that.
Holding. Offense, number 2. 10-yard penalty, spot of the foul. Replay 2nd down.
Well, they move it back to the 23, so.
And that hold may have been actually on that end when they were trying to spring. That might have been where he got the hands outside a little bit.
Yeah, you could kind of see the arms wrapped around the shoulder pads a bit. So from 2nd and 10, Greg, now to 2nd and 8. Negates 10 yards off that, what would have been a first down for Steele. Vincent to Bailey again. Pops it right. Tries to stiff arm, but too many black jerseys there. As 7 black jerseys surround Bailey. They never got him to the ground, but they stop him at the 20.
And that's the only way we're going to stop him, is getting support. You know, the first defender, the second defender makes the adjustment, makes him move, and then you have to have other people come in and wrap him up, just like that.
That looked like ants hitting that popsicle stick. Everybody going at it real hard. 3rd down.
That's a great analogy, Bobby.
3rd down and 4. In motion is Capel. Sets up in the backfield. And they'll hand it to him. Capel, right side. First carry, and it's a big one as he gets a first down inside the 10 and out of bounds at the 5. Royal Capel. We've seen him catch the ball. There he is as a running back.
And did you see how he was able to hit the outside so quickly to turn that corner? And watch. Nice hit. He thinks about going inside and he immediately pops to the outside and gets down almost to the 5-yard line.
That's called trusting your speed. And he did there. 1st and goal at the 5. Vincent hands it off. Big hole on the right side, but it closes quickly. That's Farrow with the carry. And limited to 2 yards is the closing speed of that Bear defense.
Tyler Turner, I think, got a hand in there to help slow him down.
A couple of linemen hurt, though, for Steele on that play. So, and one of them looks like it may be the center.
Injury timeout on the field We'll take a break. This is the KSAT Pigskin Classic presented by your San Antonio area Chevy dealers on KSAT 12.
Chevy Silverado. It's got the power you want and the capability you need to do the job so you can get to the important work. Find new moments, find new roads. Enjoy the open road. Well-qualified buyers get 2.89% financing on all Silverado pickups. New models are arriving daily. Secure yours today. Chevy drives Texas. Find new roads.
It's high school football time, and John Wayne is right in the middle of the action. At the end of this game, one of the players will be chosen as the John Wayne player of the game. Go to johnwayne.com right now and vote for the player who you think will win. Pick the correct player and you'll win 2 tickets to a 2023 San Antonio Gunslingers home game. And just for playing, you'll have a chance to win the John Wayne $10,000 home makeover package. Don't fumble. Go to johnwayne.com and vote before the end of the game.
Seth Richardson, senior offensive lineman, was able to get up, Greg, and walk off the field under his own power.
Good to see.
And so it'll be 2nd and goal for the Knights, trying to take the lead here. What a great opening drive. They've chewed up almost 4 minutes, and they're in scoring position to take the lead. Bailey back in. Next to Connor Vincent. Vincent hands it to Bailey. Not much there as he's tackled very quickly by Oliver Arredondo.
Yeah, he did a great job of getting in there and preventing the touchdown. Wrapped him up really quickly.
Steve Spriester pointed out Makai Williams in as the H-back. They ran behind him there, but Makai blocked his guy, but someone else came through. 3rd and goal. And now Steele kind of milking the clock down a little bit. Want to keep Brennan off the field if they can. And score. That's the most important part now on 3rd and goal. Vincent fumbles the snap. Up, still loose. Still loose and recovered by Brennan. What a monumental mistake there by the Steele Knights. Point blank range. Couldn't score. And then Javen Dalton recovers the fumble after a bad snap started it.
Injury timeout on the field.
Watch this again. It almost looked like it grazed Bailey on that play. That kind of knocked the ball free for just a minute. And then, as you can see, the rush to recover it in the process wrapped it up right there. But it looked like for just a split second that on that exchange, it kind of nicked the ball, knocked it loose.
It was a low snap, too, and it was hard to handle by Vincent. And he's actually, it looks like he's got a cramp right now. Looks like they're working on his calf down there on the field, so that's why there's a little pause in the play here.
You know, you think because you're playing indoors that this is not possible, but I can speak from personal experience down there. It does get hot when you're running up and down the field.
Well, interestingly, Larry Hill from Smithson Valley had stated earlier to one of our reporters that he was concerned about going from the heat to the air conditioning. This was unusual to play in this environment, and we've seen cramping anyways. And Andy, another thing we've seen today is a lot of missed opportunities in scoring positions for teams. These are
He knows that, so, at the end of the day, low snap, high snap, that hit him right in the hands, and you got to be able to make plays. But as far as making mistakes and having cramps, we are in week 1. Actually, we're in week 0 by the definition, so this is a brand new season for these guys that are out here. This is the first time they played in the 3rd quarter and the 4th quarter, guys. They scrimmaged, they played a half maybe, so conditioning is definitely going to be a factor here tonight.
That was a spoiled opportunity for the Steele Knights. A great drive that chewed up 4.5 minutes, and they got nothing out of it. So first time now for Brennan on offense as Ashton DeBose brings the Bears out to the 20. Clock running down here. The DeBose snaps it with 1. Keeps it on the fake, throws behind his brother Aaron, who was open, Greg, at the 34.
Yeah, that's the scary part. He was wide open. He likes to cut in on that zone and to try and give himself some more room for yards. After the catch here, it was a nice inside fake, then the delivery of the ball, but just a little bit too low, too far away.
So 2nd and 10 now for the Bears. First drive for Brennan here in the second half. They scored on their last 2 drives of the first half to tie it at 14, including the 12-yard touchdown reception by Armando Acevedo with 3 seconds to go. Love takes the handoff, sprints up the middle to the 24-yard line. Set up a 3rd and 6. Brennan is 1 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. Of course, they had the 3 turnovers. They also 0 for 1 on 4th down conversions. Big 3rd down for the Bears. Tie game. DeBose, deep drop, deep ball. Acevedo caught midfield and out of bounds with a Bear first down.
Now that, you consider what's happened on the turnover. That play right there puts you back in position where you're almost in their territory, right at the 50-yard line. It needed that at that point to capitalize on that turnover.
And also, if you think about, DeBose has been throwing to his brother primarily, but he's found Acevedo the last couple of drives. So they're opening up the number of weapons that they have on this offense.
Because he's, like we've talked about, he's a huge target at 6'5".
So ball at midfield for the Bears. As DeBose will hand to Love again. Love, second effort, backs ahead to the 46-yard line. That's a good 4-yard run on first down.
Yeah, in part, primarily, they tried to strip it away and couldn't do it, and he was able to pick up extra yards because of it.
Andy, I'm seeing a nice mix here by the Brennan offense all of a sudden.
Yeah, they're starting to get their rhythm a little bit right here. They're not really trying to force too much, but that was actually a pretty good play that time by Mekhi Williams, seeing it to get to it and eliminate it before he got in the open field.
Second down for the Bears, 6 yards to go. DeBose fires it to DeBose and Ashton to Aaron for another Bear first down.
And I like the way they combine on that. He loves the inside slant like there, and it works for them.
Such a quick release, too, and they hurry to the line, and DeBose will sprint out right. He'll throw down the field. Acevedo again. No, actually, that's Aaron again. They're both really tall receivers, as Steve has pointed out a number of times. They are a tall receiving core, and that will be another Bear first down.
Only 1 inch difference on them, 6'5" versus 6'4".
They've gone to a little...
Hurry up.
Yeah, they've picked up the pace. At the 23-yard line. Now they slow it down, look to the sideline where they have all the posters that they hold up.
They're holding the posters up to shield the coaches from the coaches in the press box, seeing the signals that they're signaling in. That's what they do there.
Love with the handoff. Nice cut. Inside the 20, stretches it to the 19.
You know, guys, I think you look at these runs, they may not seem like much when you get 3 or 4 yards, but I think it's actually kind of taken a little bit of the pass rush away from Smithson Valley and given Love a little more, giving DeBose a little more time back there to find his tall receivers.
Yeah, Steele is a little bit on their heels for the first time.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
2nd and 6. Going to give it off to Love. Love, strong running, carries the pile inside the 10-yard line. We talked about Bailey being a strong lover. Strong runner. How about Love? Excuse me, I got Bailey and all my words mixed up, but Jason Love is a strong runner as well. That one's a bad one to mix your words up with, but Love showed his strength there.
Prior to the snap,
I think he'll be okay
false
with it.
start. Offense number 58.
There's worse things to be called.
Made first down.
Oh, man. But the Love brothers, one on defense, one on offense. That's Jason Love. But
And coach says he's glad they're not on offense together or not on defense together. That way he can tell them apart.
Right. Not so much for the DeBose other than the position.
Right, exactly.
A couple twin brothers. Aaron's actually a little bit taller than Ashton. That penalty makes it 1st and goal at the 15 now, folks. We're right at the 10. Back them up 5. DeBose quickly drops it off. And Aaron had nowhere to go that time as he gets maybe a yard.
Well, they got 2 defenders on him immediately.
This is a big series for the Steele defense because, as Andy was pointing out, early game conditioning is still not completely there. You don't want to be on the field too long, and they've been out there a while on this drive. These are the kind of drives that can wear you down.
Sure can.
But if they get a stop, it was worth it. Ball at the 14-yard line. Aaron DeBose comes in motion, sets up on the right side, and Ashton gonna look his way, fires it to Aaron, and Aaron reaches out, crosses the end zone with the football for a Brennan Bear touchdown.
That was a perfect throw. Well executed, rifle shot, no doubt.
All those Thanksgiving playing catch, those paid off.
Watch this. Watch this. He zips it in there.
DeBose to DeBose. The extra point is good. Brennan has their first lead, 21-14 Bears. 3:15 to go in the third. You're watching the KSAT Pigskin Classic presented by the San Antonio area Chevy dealers, KSAT 12.
I'm Jeff Davis. When you're in a serious accident with a commercial vehicle, the big companies don't just roll over and write you a check. A big accident with a big truck means a big fight. We don't just roll over and take their first offer.
We recently settled a wrongful death case for $5 million as a result of a commercial vehicle accident involving a drunk driver.
So if you've been involved in a big accident with a big truck, stop what you're doing right now and call the Ford. Call me at 444-4444. That's 444-4444. There's only one number to remember, and that's 4.
At Jordan Ford, our team is here to serve you and your entire family, making the car buying process easy, comfortable, and saving your valuable time. We have cars that fit everyone's needs, whether you're into tech-savvy features or need something the whole family can travel in. Prefer to talk via text? No worries. Prefer to speak in Spanish? No problema. Our team is here to help. So bring your family in for a test drive or shop online at jordanford.com.
Another long drive by Brennan. Their last 2 drives have gone 82, and now this one 80 yards, Greg, on 10 plays, 422, and Ashton to Aaron DeBose for the 14-yard touchdown.
And more importantly, chewing up a lot of clock. Look at that, you're already at 4:22 left in the third quarter. And what a momentum changer again. I mean, just getting back in this. You can see Bazer's demeanor has changed dramatically.
Yeah. Yeah, he's sweating about 20% less, but still sweating down there on the sideline, working it the entire time. But I mean, from the second quarter on, Brennan has been almost unstoppable offensively. 3 drives in a row that they've scored. Here's the kickoff. That one's going to go into the end zone for a touchback.
And I think one of the keys has been they've made adjustments and have been able to contain that running game. And to their credit, whatever adjustments they continue to make at halftime have also been able to limit those options.
Ashton DeBose at quarterback, too, is getting a lot more time than he did in the first half, a lot more time to make some of these passes.
And that's where we talked about those 3- and 4-yard runs on first down have made a difference for Brennan. Chad Warner, the sophomore quarterback, is back into the game for the Steele Knights. Bailey in at running back. Warner in trouble. And they heat up the sophomore and sack him. Malik Tolbert actually has the football, but they had whistled the play dead.
That was a coverage sack because he was looking for anybody open, and that wasn't the case. Watch, he comes out, cover, and then he's got 2 guys already on top of it.
Including 0, one of your favorite numbers.
And Malik Tolbert, like you said.
Dylan Avalos wears that 0 proudly. Remember Kenny Burrows, 00? Yep. And they outlawed the 0 in the NFL for a while. I think it might still be. Rolling right, Warner fires it low. Boys, Steele has just been out of sync offensively, other than that, the drive that they were about to score before. But if you look at about 3 or 4 of their last possessions, they've done not much other than the drive where they couldn't punch it in.
Well, I think Brennan has taken away the run. That's been one of their big problems, is force them to pass the ball.
Third down and long. Scramble. There he goes. And Warner will get the first down out of bounds.
Guys, I will say that I have noticed that a couple of the Steele linemen that have been over here getting their ankles retaped. I mean, they are not as healthy as they were certainly to start this ball game. I don't know if that has something to do with it. And then, the low snap that led to the turnover, their center went out the play before that, who usually makes the snaps. So, a lot of this is Brennan's defense changing things up, but Smithson Valley trying to get some parts back on their line. Or, excuse me, Steele trying to get some parts back on that offensive line.
Ball at the 42-yard line. Fake to Bailey. Warner going to throw one deep. And lots of contact there in his Steele climb. Quarterback to quarterback, Connor Vincent playing receiver. He was held, and he still makes the catch at the 20-yard line.
Great throw, great catch there, guys, right in front of me.
And it was just perfectly timed. You could not have thrown that ball any better.
And it was clear that Vincent was being held on the play as well. So that was going to be a big play no matter what.
Holding, defense number 5. Penalties decline. Result of the play.
And that play was only going one way. You could see Warner drop back, and he was looking for Vincent the entire way.
Right, here we go, Steve, as you bring that up. Look at that. He never took his eyes off of it. This ball was going to him no matter what, and he caught him, got behind the 2 defenders, was able to make the catch.
Warner, lots of time. Now they look out from behind as he throws it out to the left flat. Nice catch by Perez, breaks a tackle. Inside the 5 he goes for the 1st and goal.
That was a great move by him. Make that spin move to pick up the extra yards.
Well, I may have spoke too soon. Looks like Steele does have the offense
Injury
going.
timeout on the field.
Got to finish the deal here as we take a break with the injury timeout. You're watching the KSAT Pigskin Classic presented by your San Antonio area Chevy dealers on KSAT 12.
Blitz comes, Harris steps through it and busts through to the 10, to the end zone. UTSA champions for the very first time.
It's time for UTSA Roadrunner football. Saturday, September 3rd, UTSA takes on the University of Houston. Let's go 210 and fill up the dome, presented by HEB. The race is on to break the all-time attendance record. Call or text 458-UTSA or visit goutsa.com.
If you've lived in San Antonio or the Hill Country for any amount of time, then you know having a water softener is a must.
Right now, we're offering a free 90-day trial on all our Connecticut water softeners. Call today or visit us online.
ConnecticutSA.com.
From our flour tortillas to our fajitas, las palapas, always made fresh.
Looks like everybody's going to be okay there, as that was number 25 for Brennan. Malik Tolbert. Again, cramps. But the physical nature of these games at the Dome with 6 really good teams, and hard to get out of it completely unscathed. Still trying to tie it up here. 1st and goal. Bailey sprints to the pylon. He'll get there. Touchdown. Jaden Bailey. An extra point can tie it now.
Speed kills, basically, is what that is. He hit the outside, just outraced the defender to the pylon.
Before that, Greg, there were 3 consecutive Brennan scores, but the Knights finally answer with an extra point here.
Because they'd actually take, I thought, Bailey out of a lot of the plays here until this one, where he uses the outside instead of trying to go inside to make the score. So I thought that was a nice adjustment.
Michael Patterson on for a big extra point. And he boots it through. 21 all. Steele and Brennan, number 1 versus number 2. It doesn't get much better than this. This is the KSAT Pigskin Classic, presented by your San Antonio area Chevy dealers. Right here on KSAT 12.
Kids don't pick when they'll be sick, but when the unexpected happens, the Children's Hospital of San Antonio Emergency Center Stone Oak is here. Our expert team cares for kids 24/7, 365. Whether it's fever at 5, bone break at 8, or stitches at 6, we treat all of the aches and ailments that come with childhood fun. The Children's Hospital of San Antonio Emergency Center, an ER made just for kids. Kids don't pick when they'll be sick, but when the unexpected happens, the Children's Hospital of San Antonio Emergency Center is here. Our expert team cares for kids 24/7, 365. Whether it's fever at 5, bone break at 8, or stitches at 6, we treat all of the aches and ailments that come with childhood fun. The Children's Hospital of San Antonio Emergency Center, an ER made just for kids.
What's your daily sip? When you join our subscription at Circle K, you can grab any size coffee or fountain drink daily for just $8.99 a month. Join Sip and Save with your mobile number when you check out at Circle K. Limited time offer at participating locations.
From our flour tortillas to our fajitas, las palapas, always made fresh.
If you don't mean it, it's just words. Well, integrity is basically loyalty to be good when no one is watching, so you should do it because you know it's right.
Brennan and Steele knotted at 21 apiece as we look at the Knights scoring drive. Is that a little ball of duct tape on the field there as well? 6 plays, 75 yards, $121 time of possession, and Jaden Bailey with his 3rd touchdown, Greg, tonight. All 3 scores for the Steele Knights. He's a candidate for our John Wayne Player of the Game, folks. You can still vote from now until the end of the ball game. Go to johnwayne.com. Select your player. We've had a lot of votes today, a lot of winners. Go to johnwayne.com for your player of the game selection. Short kick. Carter with an opportunity for a return. Gets through. Carter will hit the sideline with great speed, and he will finally get knocked out by Williams. Malachi Williams had just enough of an angle to keep Avron Carter from returning that all the way, but still, Greg, a great return for the X Factor, Avron Carter.
Well, way to answer is all you can say, because had it not been for Williams, he was gone. I mean, look at this. Makes a nice move there to find that quick gap. Then he cuts back to the outside. He's in front, as you can see, but only the speed was able to chase him down, because had he gotten past Whip, he was gone.
44 yards on that kickoff return.
It actually looked like Smithson Valley. It almost looked like Steele had him pretty well covered, and then he just made a cut between two guys, and they almost ended up running into each other.
Great job of Williams of basically preventing a touchdown.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no question he did.
So 82 yards and 75 yards on their last two drives, a 47-yarder before that. Brennan scored 3 straight possessions. Can they make it 4 to take the lead? As Love goes across the formation. DeBoe's in trouble, but slips. Oh, man, his leg just gave way there. But he gets up and is okay. Scary moment there.
Somehow Jacob King just came free on that, and he just went right for DeBose on that one.
Rick looked like it just slipped as he escaped.
No, watch. Oh, look at that. Unblocked. You're right, Steve. No one touched him.
Big loss on the play. Sets up 2nd and long back in their side of the field. 2nd and 19. A couple of heavyweights.
Oh, 1 and 2.
Fake to Love. Throw across the middle to Carter. Carter slips one tackle, gets caught from behind, but has a bare first down and a gain of 24 yards.
Ethan Pena prevented that touchdown right there, because otherwise he was gone.
Carter's just so fast. You give him the ball in space and he's motoring. Really a good first game performance, Greg. You can see why 1 and 2. That's going to be hard for you. Somebody's going to lose this game.
Somebody will lose this game, yes.
And you're going to have to do rankings tomorrow.
And somebody will have to be re-ranked. You're exactly right.
DeBoe's in trouble. Look out. He's going to throw this one away. It's got to get past the line of scrimmage, which it may not have.
Yeah, they're asking for intentional grounding on the Steele side, that's for sure.
I don't believe, Greg, that got past the line of scrimmage. That's
there comes the flag.
Here comes.
Yep. Keontae Wright was the guy in there, the right time.
Intentional grounding. Offense number 8. Ball did not make it back to the line of scrimmage. Penalty, spotted foul, lost it down.
What a huge loss there. He had the right idea, he just couldn't quite get it there.
Yeah, and he threw it off his back leg on top of it all.
Well, that makes things a lot more difficult now for the Brennan Bears. We're down to 11 seconds to go here in the third. 14-0 Steele at the end of one, 14 all at the half. 21 all, 1 all now, late in the third. Signaling back to the sidelines as he's ready to throw, and well, they blow whistles.
It's almost like DeBose didn't expect that snap.
Yeah, I got the same impression, Steve. It looks like he was looking over the sideline for a change, and the next thing he had the ball.
Disconcerting signal. Defense number 42. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
All right, we're going to have to throw to Skelly on that one. Disconcerting signals, is that what he said?
Yeah.
You're using big words on us again, Greg.
Well, I think he's trying to disrupt the cadence. Is that what he's trying to do?
It's all about deception.
Right.
Which is
trickeration.
Yeah, if you ain't cheating, you're not trying.
Well, yeah, you can't bark the signals if you're up there on defense. Not that sound like a snap. That gives Brennan 5 yards. DeBose with time. 4-man rush, and he is looking for Love, but overshoots him. 6 seconds to go.
Aren't we all, Bobby? Aren't we all just looking for love?
In all the wrong places. You were waiting on that one, weren't you?
I was, yeah.
Threw a fastball down the middle, and Spriester went yard. Third down and long here. Brennan tonight is 4 for 9 on third down conversion. This is a tough one. They need to get to the Steele 22-yard line. Trips to the right. Bowes looks that way. Now scrambles back the other way, and there's that Steele Knight defense again.
Ran literally right into it.
I think that's the third sack tonight, and they put pressure all night on Ashton DeBose.
That's what they were, worried about from the get-go. And
At the end of the third quarter of play,